Greetings and welcome. This is the New Thought Media Network. I'm Ken Ludwig. This is the Vibrant Living Hour. Hope this day finds you safe, healthy, and happy, and that you are living your best life, doing whatever it is you're doing this day. I hope you're just enjoying yourself, finding an abundance of love, joy, and enthusiasm everywhere and everything that you do. The day is beautiful here in North Carolina. It is, although I'd say it's beautiful, but it's friggin' hot. I'm kidding. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it's a nice day. It's sunny or mostly sunny. There's a breeze blowing. It's probably 85 degrees out. Let's just for grins just look. Just to tell you, it is right now 85. My baloney. It is 89 degrees, and the humidity is 61%, which makes it feel like 98 degrees. And that's, this is really interesting. We have, what do we get coming up here? We've got tomorrow, supposed to be 99, then a couple of days in the 80s, and then 100 degrees. Next week. That's that telltale CBD infused coffee kind of hiccup burp kind of thing. My CBD infused coffee, a little treat I have every Thursday on the show. Because it's the only really the day I have afternoon coffee. And as I've said many, many times, the CBD infused coffee doesn't keep me awake. It makes me feel alert and alive, but it does not keep me awake, which is very cool. So and speaking of not being awake, I mentioned in the show description today that we're going to talk about why we're sleep deprived. I've been reading just a couple of articles that came on my radar the last couple of weeks. And it's really it's a very American phenomenon, but I'm thinking just like so many other things that we've spread across the globe that weren't so healthy, like the standard American diet and fast food and all those other things, soda pop that we've given to the rest of the world, our sleep depriving habits are spreading as well. And sleep deprivation is a real thing. I mean, it's leading to people being the simplest of stuff, ineffective at their jobs. It leads to people falling asleep at their desks, students falling asleep in class. It leads to all kinds of automobile accidents, believe it or not. It absolutely contributes to depression, to weight gain, to nervous disorders. It contributes to a whole slew of things that a good night's sleep would solve. So I thought I'd give you some hints. The one that fascinates me the most is, of course, you've been hearing for years and years and years, put down your phone, get away from the screen, close your computer down, get away from the screens a half an hour to an hour before you go to bed. Easily said, not so easily done, right? We live in our screens, right? We all live in our screens. I actually have a habit. Part of my habit is after my wife and I kiss each other goodnight and tell each other we love each other, that she will read a little bit and I will watch an episode or maybe even two of The Big Bang Theory on my phone. That's kind of my habit. I've kind of gotten the idea that I would rather go to sleep laughing than thinking about the news. So rather than watch clips of the daily news, I watch 2 episodes of The Big Bang Theory. And The Big Bang Theory without the commercials. Without the commercials, amazing. Anywhere from 19 to 21 minutes long. So it's really not a big deal. And I really enjoy that, and it helps me to sleep, I think. But the truth of the matter is that the light from your screen interferes with the production of melatonin. Melatonin is what your body does with serotonin when you reach the nighttime. It's instead of producing serotonin, it changes from serotonin into melatonin. And the screens, the blue light in the screens, it just prevents us from producing melatonin. Melatonin is the sleep hormone. It helps us to sleep. So I discovered something that I had never known before. There is a way to cut down the effects of that light from your phone. If you're someone like me who uses that phone right up until the moment you close your eyes, turn it off and close your eyes. There's a thing in your phone in the settings that's called night shift. If you have an iPhone, it's called, hang on a second. I got a couple of notes here. It's called night shift on your iPhone. It is called, oh, come on your Android, it is called night light. All right. If you go into your settings, it's like right there. And it's in your screen. You'll find it. I'm not going to look it up for you now, but it's right on your settings where you just shift into night shift, and it cuts down the blue light amount so that you have actually a possibility of falling asleep or helping to facilitate your sleep. So that's one piece of that, and I find that very interesting that we've gotten to the point now where you can't just tell people put down your screen or close your screen, like I said, 30 minutes or an hour before bedtime. Now we're in the screen. We're living the screen. So what you really want to do now is find a way to diminish the effects of that. And that's what I'm telling you here with that night shift setting on your phone. So I can see you're out there, by the way. If you're out there, please, please, please make a comment, ask a question, tell me something you'd like to hear about. I'm thrilled to do that. Excuse me. Next thing on this little list of 5 items here that I have is create a sleep ritual. A sleep ritual, that can be any number of things. Some people take a shower, some people work out and take a shower, some people read a little bit, some people meditate, whatever it is, but create a ritual that allows you to just have a routine. The human body, the human brain loves routine. And I'm not sure I know the science of that, but it's a proven thing. It loves routine and it loves a schedule. And you should try very hard to go to bed the same time every night and wake up the same time every morning. Now, what I've discovered is that as I've gotten older and sleep has become a little bit more, shall we say, problematic in my life, I find myself sleeping in too often. And I don't think that facilitates good, sound sleep. So I've started getting up every morning at 6 or 6:30. And I just, the last couple of days that I've been doing that, I just feel better. I just feel like I've got my day off. I haven't wasted a lot of time. I'm on my way to doing things. So a little bit of ritual that your body can get used to will help. Will help. Next thing that was on this list of stuff that I came across here was that we should, each and every one of us, do 30 minutes of exercise every day. Now, that doesn't mean you have to lift weights. Doesn't mean you have to do dramatic cardio. It means you need to take a 30-minute brisk walk. That's it. That's exercise. That's burning calories. That's helping you to live in a caloric deficit where you're burning more calories than you're eating, which is an important part of keeping your weight steady or losing weight if you're trying to do that. What studies have shown is that people who exercise regularly are literally 27% more likely to get a good night's sleep than people who don't exercise. And again, it doesn't have to be crazy. It can be a 30-minute walk. I find Lisa and I have gotten in a habit probably 4 nights a week, maybe 5 nights a week, maybe even 6 some weeks. We are taking a 30-minute walk after dinner, or after we watch dinner. We sometimes have dinner and we'll watch a show with dinner. And after the show is over, we do the dishes and we go for a 30-minute walk. It absolutely helps you to sleep. And of course, like I said, helps to burn off some of those calories that you'd like to get rid of. The next thing is, talk about taking a walk after you eat. The next one is make sure that you give yourself a couple or 3 hours between eating dinner and going to bed, and don't snack in between. You really, as you get older, you might even want to, if you're someone who goes to bed at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock at night, you might want to stop drinking water or liquids at 6 o'clock. So that especially for men, as we get older, sometimes we get up more often in the evening in the middle of the night to urinate. You cut back on that by just not drinking so much. But definitely don't eat within a couple of hours of going to bed. That it keeps your body awake in digestion mode, number one. Number two, with no exercise whatsoever, sometimes you digest the food and it's more likely to just be stored as fat than as glycogen or energy. And lastly, it can give you heartburn or reflux, which will obviously keep you awake. If you've ever had reflux in the middle of the night, I have. That's an ugly one, man. It's an ugly one. But again, don't eat before you go to bed. The last one is an interesting one. Supplement your diet with things that facilitate sleep. Now, there's lots and lots and lots of new studies around magnesium, that magnesium is a big, big benefit to helping us sleep at night. And I think I've increased my magnesium intake dramatically. It helps with so many things in your body. And it's really, I just got this new expression from a friend of mine, GTS. Google that stuff. Okay, Google that stuff. and you will find out all that you want to know about magnesium and what it does for your body. But one thing it absolutely does, it helps you to sleep. It increases the quality of your sleep, and it's been proven in a number of scientific studies. But also, I find that there are other things that you can use. I of course am a huge fan of my CBD. Every night before bed, I have a dose or two, a dropper full or two of CBD. And a lot of times I'm taking it because I'm looking to maybe get some relief from a little bit of sciatic pain that I experience. And so I'll do a couple of doses, but it absolutely helps to just calm you down. You've heard me talk many times about CBD. CBD is its main purpose, its main function in your body and reacting with your body is to create homeostasis. Homeostasis is balance. And if you want to get a good night's sleep, you really kind of need to feel balanced. CBD will facilitate that. So I use the CBD. There's any number of studies that will show you tart cherry, concentrated tart cherry is one of Mother Nature's greatest sources of melatonin. So you can supplement melatonin into your diet in the evening. I use periodically. I have a very, very, very high quality concentrated tart cherry drink that I use most nights just before bed. It's a great antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and you get to be 71 years old, and anti-inflammatories become a little bit more of a thing in your life than they were before. And then the last one that I have in my tool bag, if you will, is this sleep spray. And this sleep spray has GABA, melatonin, and valerian root, all three of which have been proven, multiple studies, that they facilitate sleep. So there's that. I mean, there's any number of things you can take to supplement, but the one I really want to emphasize is these new studies on magnesium. You want to check those out because most Americans don't even come close to the amount of magnesium that they need in their diet. Magnesium came from, the vast majority of magnesium came from our produce back in the day when our produce actually had minerals in it because there was minerals in the soil that the plants uptook into the body of the plant. So we got lots and lots of minerals that are long gone in the era of factory farming. There's, for the most part, the soil is devoid of minerals anymore. It's whatever minerals we get are in some cases just artificial, pumped into the ground, and they might not necessarily do us any good. So there's 5 things, all right, that you can do. You can definitely go to that night shift on your screen. You can create a nice little sleep ritual for yourself. You can stop eating at least 2 or 3 hours before you go to bed. You can start a routine of 30 minutes of brisk exercise every day. Again, that can just be a walk, and then get the supplementation you need to help you make sure that your system has the ingredients it needs to get a good night's sleep. So there's 5 that you can use for yourself. I was at a retreat week before last. I was at a business retreat in Florida with a group of people in my affiliate marketing company, and just a great group of people to be around. These are highly successful humans who are just looking to always get to the next highest level of themselves, to help people along, to help people, to gain gain a leg up, if you will. I don't mean this is a commercial, but just to tell you what studies have shown us is that about 80% of us would make a monumental difference in our lives if we managed to make an extra $200 a week or $500 a month. And then there's about 15% of us that would really love to make an additional $500 to $1,000 a month. And then there's this 5% that is looking to be, to create business legacy wealth, if you will, with $1,000 a day is what they want to get to. So those are all legitimate goals for people to get to. And at this particular time in history, what we're looking at is probably people are going to pay this year with 8.5% interest. They're going to pay about $400 a month more for their basic goods than they did last year at the same time. At least $400 a month more. That's a lot of money. And if people live in hand to mouth, it's a bucket load of money. And one of the things I came away from with this retreat is that part of what I am here to do in this world is to be a beneficial presence. And if I'm a beneficial presence, that means that anything and everything that I do or can demonstrate, or I can deliver the knowledge of to folks out there, to you, to your friends, to your family, to whoever, um, I need to just do it. Excuse me. I need to get to disseminate the information, whatever it is. And I want to tell you this because I think this is important. My main purpose on this planet, on top of being a beneficial presence, my purpose for myself is freedom. To create freedom for myself, freedom for my beloved Lisa, freedom for my family, freedom for my friends, to create an aura or an atmosphere of freedom so that we can all feel that we are living our best life in the freest form we possibly can, enjoying the freedom to be, to do, and to have all that we require and desire in this life. As the old expression goes, enough and to spare, to have and to share. And so I want to make sure that this is something that just has come onto my radar again. I am an affiliate marketer. That's what I do. And because that's kind of, the algorithms now in social media are immediately following exactly what you're following, what you're commenting on, what you're doing, and immediately you wind up with an influx of that kind of information. What I want you to know is there is just a gazillion resources out there for means to create a side hustle. Whether you're looking to make a side hustle, as I said, 80% of people are looking for a couple $100 a week. Right now, if we're going to be spending $400 more a month minimum than we spent last year for our basic necessities, if that's where we're at, then probably there's a lot of people out there that could really use an additional $500 a month. If you could use an additional $500 a month, go look. Step outside your comfort zone and go look. Just look for affiliate marketing. You know what? Contact me and I'll be glad to point you in the right direction. Even if what I'm doing is not something that even remotely interests you, that's fine. Let me point you in the direction of where to go look and how to do it. Because right now, if you're going to enjoy vibrant living, you absolutely have to be able to afford the necessities of life. And that is something that is getting more difficult with each passing day. If you want to enjoy the freedom to not worry about your bills, not worry about the groceries, groceries is interesting. My beloved Lisa she produces virtual events. And when she produces an event, normally the event is all day long. So she's behind the scenes producing this event at her computer, which is 3 screens, and I'm in awe of what she does. I'm just absolutely blown away by what she does. But because of that, I have kind of stepped into a bigger role doing our shopping for groceries. I'm here to tell you, I'm a numbers guy, and I see how much more I'm paying for stuff that I was, when I got here in North Carolina back in November, right? This is now the middle of June. When I got here in North Carolina in November, the shopping that I was doing, well, I didn't really do a whole lot of the shopping in the beginning, but once Lisa started to get busy after January 1st, everything changed as far as my participation in that shopping thing. And without question, in these 6 months, things have changed. I'm still buying very much the same things, and I'm without a doubt very much paying a whole heck of a lot more money than I was paying for them before. So again, GTS, Google that stuff. And if there's something I can do to help you, step outside of where you're at. Be open to the idea of making money outside of what it is you currently do. And so many of these things are really simple. So many of these things are about sharing products, just simply posting them and doing some ads maybe. But there's lots and lots and lots of opportunity out there for you to make some money doing something that you haven't done before. I guess that's, I don't want to get repetitive with that, but that's a possibility for everyone who's in need of making those few extra bucks. See what you can do with that. I'm really fascinated these days with going back to basics. I have been a student of metaphysics for over 20 years. Actually, at this point, almost 30 years. And I have a degree in metaphysics. I am an ordained minister in the International Metaphysical Ministry. I have been a practitioner with the Centers for Spiritual Living. I have spent a lot of time delving into the realm of metaphysics. And I find it's really fascinating for me personally how easy it is to forget. We all forget how easy it is to forget the basics. To keep myself aligned with divine mind, to keep myself aligned with the infinite ocean of possibilities, that quantum wave, that quantum field, to keep myself aligned with that. It's so easy to get distracted, to be pulled in other directions, to be doing other things, to be caught up in the events and the circumstances of the world and the news cycle and whatever's going on out there right here and right now. It's so easy to get caught up in that and completely forget about staying in alignment. You know, I meditate every day, as close to every day as you can get. Okay, meditate every day. Tried switching that up here just recently. I meditate and then exercise, and some days I meditate and then talk myself out of exercising. So I decided I would try what my beloved Lisa does, which is exercise as soon as right after I get up, not as soon as, but first thing my first activity for the day is to exercise. So I exercise and then I take a shower and I have my shake and I keep on moving. And I was like finding myself forgetting to exercise altogether. So switch that back to where it was. Exercise first thing and then meditate afterwards. So I meditate almost every day. And that helps me to build the resilience that I think I need to deal with the vicissitudes of life each and every day. And that's all well and good. But there's more to just a morning meditation. There's the taking that meditation into the world, into life, taking that alignment into life. And I've gotten really, really lax and just forgetting about it. You know, I think one of the things that I love is the idea of never lose sight of God, never lose track of God. Know that spirit is always there. Spirit is always a participant, a full participant in my life. And one of the things I really came upon recently was from Louise Hay, a little bit that she did where she talked about, what are you thinking? Ask yourself on a regular basis, all day, every day, what are you thinking? It's very interesting because it's so easy to kind of slide into the negative, right? Because there's not a whole lot of positive that gets reported to us or disseminated to us from whatever sources. There's not a whole lot of positive. It's mostly negative, and it's really, really easy to get caught up in that. And so ask yourself the question, what am I thinking? Am I thinking something positive, or am I thinking something negative? Am I taking myself down the rabbit hole of negativity, or am I thinking positive thoughts? Am I creating the life that I really, really, really want to live? Am I doing that right here and right now? Because obviously, our life is a creation of our thoughts, our beliefs, our intentions, our goals, whatever it is we feel and we think and we get emotionally involved in right here in this moment is what is going to be our reality going forward. And we know that. And it doesn't always appear exactly the way we would think it appeared. And what manifests isn't exactly something we can trace back to something we thought at such and such a period of time, but that's what's happening, whether we can do that or not. Excuse me. Really funny. The pollen in this part of the world it just comes at different times because there's so many varieties of plants here and there's so much blossoming and blooming going on at this time of the year. You never know when the pollen's coming, and I've got a little bit of hay fever that can be a royal pain in the neck, or it can just be very subtle, and every once in a while it makes me cough. So hang on. So meditation, of course, and all of those things, it all comes under the same heading to me of daily spiritual practice. Daily spiritual practice is not a one and done thing in the morning. It's not my meditation, my prayer work, and my affirmations. That's not my daily spiritual practice. Daily spiritual practice is how you live your life. Yes, you do your meditation. Yes, you do your prayer work. Yes, you do your affirmations. You do your gratitudes. I have the journal. I do 10 gratitudes at least every single day and affirm them. After I write them down, I affirm them. And then I write little things at the bottom of the page. Love always wins, and a big heart, and whatever that I do there. That's just setting the table. Then the next thing is to take all of that into the world, to take that into daily life in everything I do. There's the great expression from, I believe it might come from A Course in Miracles. I got it from Marianne Williamson, who probably got it from A Course in Miracles. But everything that happens in this world, in our lives, is either an expression of love or a call to love. And I think if I go through my day keeping that in my mind, then I am aligned with the divine, with divine mind. I am aligned. And I am absolutely, clearly putting myself in a position to be grateful and thankful for everything that manifests in my life. Even though I should be grateful and thankful for everything that manifests in my life, what I really want to do is recognize that the universe always and only says yes. And I want to make sure that my mindset, that my input is so that that yes always works for me, not against me. And that's something I don't want to have happen. Just another little a tidbit there, if you will, for enjoying life. I can see you're out there, guys. When you're out there, I'd love to have you say, make a comment, just say hello, ask me a question, whatever it is. I don't want to forget here, right behind me, I always lean the wrong way. Right behind me there is that incredible, and I always forget what it's called. Why do I forget what it's called? But that's a piece of art by my sister-in-law, Amy Livingstone, who runs the Sacred Art Studio. Sacred Art Studio, you can find right on the internet, sacredartstudio.com. Lots of extraordinary stuff like that. Those of you who are followers of the science of mind, you will recognize at the centerpiece of that the Ernest Holmes famous science of mind teaching symbol. But that's a beautiful work, one of just many that are for sale on the website. You can get actual full first editions, or you can get prints. There are different things that Amy has available. sacredartstudio.com. Go have a look. So what else did I have for you today? I think I don't want to. There's so much to get involved in politically, and I just don't want to go there. If you're interested in the political point of view from me, you can follow my other podcast that I do kind of once a week. It's called Making It Out Alive, and it is on my Facebook page, Making It Out Alive, and you can see that there. And I'll talk a little bit more about politics and what's going on in the world. I want to make sure each and every one of us is continuing to make sure that we pray for the people of Ukraine and for the end to the violence there. We are so caught up in so many other things in the world, especially here in the United States. Well, it's not just the United States. I mean, inflation is a global problem right now. This is not a political problem attributable to the United States or to the administration. This is a global problem. It has to do with real life shortages. It has to do with real life supply chain issues. It really, really, really. Hi, Sue. Nice to see you, honey. It really does have its basis, if you will, in a global issue. So part of that is to just always consider keeping in our prayers the people of Ukraine. I wanted, and another one about prayer thing that I got this from. Who did I get this from? I got this from Florence Scovel Shinn in her great seminal book, The Game of Life and How to Play It. And it is this: infinite intelligence fills my consciousness with health, and every cell of my being is filled with light. I have been using that in my prayer work, not just for myself, but for everyone I know who is in need of prayer around their mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical well-being. So just a thought there. It's a great, great, great affirmation. Infinite intelligence fills my friend's consciousness with health, and every cell of their being is filled with light. It's a really, really good one that I love. So keep your prayer work up, keep your meditation up, keep your daily spiritual practice up. I really don't have a whole lot more for you today. I think that'll do it for me. And let's go make sure that we do cover all the bases, right? Of course, that New Thought Media Network is a nonprofit organization, and just go to ntmedia.org, newthoughtmedia.org, click on donate. We are absolutely thrilled beyond gratitude for your contributions to us. If you want to find some of the things I talked about earlier around helping you with sleep, or if you want to know anything about my sponsor, which is the creator and the producer of the greatest CBD and hemp products you're going to find anywhere on the planet, the most extensive line, cleanest, purest, most potent CBD and hemp infused products anywhere, find me at hempworks.com/Ken Ludwig. You can email me at teamrocketnow@gmail.com. deprivation.com. You can also find my beloved Lisa and I at our Facebook page, Vibrant Aging. And that's about it. That's it for me. I, as always, am immensely grateful for the great gift of your time and your attention. I wish you all the love and all the blessings the universe has to offer. And, and I hope that every single day of your life, that you're just continuing to live your best life. Until the next time, my friends, namaste.